picked up now with the Tempest. It'll get shut down there by Clayster. But was the damage done? They've got, well, this is a little bit of time to set up. He had a couple down for either side, but Attach is going to be the one that might be able to be a nuisance. Does he get anything done from the flank? You can't just spawn them in favorable positions. You have to wrap back and pick up some key kills. Attach has gotten into Green Alley. He's in a good spot here to help out his team. Goes vertical, gets one. Finds a player in window. A couple teammates dropping around him. Has the M8 down. Nice shot from Attach, putting him through. 3 down for either side. Guess who it is on defense? It's Looney. He can't get across. No pick this time. And there you have Faze finally on the board.
That was a very tough one to stop on the side of Rise, and a good push coming out of the guys over on Faze. It's going to be the Scythe now. Going to be deployed by Octane as he's setting up over near the second story. Grandma's picks off one, goes for the second as you see that player through the X-ray vision over near the middle statue. Clayster brings out his Tempest as well, but he picks up one, goes for the kill on two. Octane can't connect. The Scythe's still in play.
So you basically have, what, one Scythe kill, one kill with the Tempest on the other side for Clayster. Not a lot of damage done, at least in setting up points.
And Attach is going to hit the flank once again, and this is brilliant from him as he hits this Green Alley.
Same exact flank, exact flank.
Like, when you take this map and divide it into steps, this is step one. It's getting control of the other team's tank. From there, you could spawn trap them and get easy 1 points off just like that.
And they're beautifully done, and that is all Attach. Going outskirts, coming in through Green Alley, and disrupting. He has done it in every game mode. He's in your face. He's a nuisance. He's irritating to play against. You see why. Clayster now going Green Alley. Deep throw. Steph Curry with the rock. Too far. Not going to be able to bury it.
So Rise, are they going to decide to wrap this? It looks like that's going to be the idea. They're preemptively pushing out that Snow Street lane. It's going to be enabled here on the B stairs. He could push through that B bomb site area and maybe catch these players in the side, but Classic has got 2 lead blockers. It's going to be Slack leading the way. He gets the opening kill there on the Clayster as Classic continue to push forward. He can hit a 1-point toss from this area, but 3 go down from Faze. This is going to be a dunk.
Putting it through, extends the lead back to 3, and now we basically reset, right? This is right back to the advantage they had coming into the second side, and you still have Looney, front church, looking to wreak havoc. He will be cleaned up. Slack's here as well. So much offensive pressure.
He just wants to stay alive.
Not taken down, rotating back, just trying to make these players worry about him. Really just trying to get as much focus as he can, and he keeps winning key gunfights here. Slack being such a nuisance on the offensive side.
Plays the last one alive. They know he's over near top church. He's trying to slow down this push from Rise Nation, and he does get taken down. As Looney, the player with the drone, he has heat wave to use, so I think he wants to take this one maybe bottom church, but he's going to line up for the 1-point toss. That's not going to make it in, but he's going to continue to push forward. Nobody here to follow it up, but at least they still have middle map control on the side of Rise.
Yeah, I mean, you have no control right now if you're Faze. You picked up a couple kills. Your base is at least cleared out. Now you can try to push forward, but you're running into the wrecking ball of Octane with an AR and Classic as well, shutting down this broken side of the map, and the pressure is on again. What can Faze do here, Revan? They haven't been able to get out of their side of the map for the past 90 seconds.
Well, first step they need to do is regain control of their tank. Right now, it's been Rise continually putting pressure over near that side of the map, and Faze have been fighting from their base for the good part of like the last minute and a half. Finally, they're going to be able to push out, but here comes a heat wave from Looney. He picks up the kill. He's going to pick up the drone as well. He's moving in for a dunk. There's a play over near Bob Church, but he's going to go right over him, and he gets another dunk. Can he pick up the kill? He gets the spin down on the Zuma as Rise go up by 5 points. They're now in a commanding position, especially with only 1 minute remaining.
And that's 3 down again. Zuma the only one to play defense. Enable coming off spawn as well, but they get off the toss. It goes long, but under a minute to play with. You've got kinetic for Attach. That's really the only weapon you have at your ability to try and put through points, but the gunfight's being lost.
He's forced to reset.
He has to toss it off. This is not looking good at all. Things getting very, very scary, and if you win that one, maybe you give yourself a chance to get forward, but get shut down there at B, and now Classic has the Tempest down.
Octane steals that kill away from him as they're going to look to put more points on the board, still trying to connect with this Tempest. Octane has the drone in his hands. There's one from Classic looking for a couple more as they're starting to push this drone forward. This game is all over. Rise are going to go up 3-0 in this series here against Faze. A great uplink game played by them, and really, this is one of Rise's best game modes. We've seen it throughout the entire Stage 1
There's
process.
one thing to mention here. There have been 2 teams that have come back from being down 3-0. H2K this weekend, and this same Faze roster at Season 3 playoffs last year against Epsilon. So this is a team that is absolutely capable of making a miracle run.
And there you go, Rise Nation. The time expires. They win Uplink Infection 7-2. An impressive game by them. Octane 25-19. Classic right above him, 24-19. He had 2 carries, 2 dunks for his team. great performance overall from this Rise lineup.
And you get a shot of attach here. He is a player that has to go big for his side if they're going to have any chance to come back in this one. He needs the support of his family and friends. Speaking of that, let's toss it over to Ashley.
Yes, I've got Mama attached with me right now. Her name's Kim. Obviously, you guys, if you watched yesterday, we talked to Remy's mom as well. So I love the parents coming out and supporting, but you were watching very intently.
I was.
You were watching very intently. You know what's going on, and you're very nervous right now.
I'm very nervous, but we have a team full of talent, and I'm very confident that they can come back. I'm sorry Clay's feeling under the weather, but I know they can do it.
They can do it. Look, she's got full faith. So how long have you been supporting him? What kind of traveling have you had to do?
I've been supporting Dylan since he started competing in local land tournaments. I would drive him and a couple of his friends to the local tournaments and witness his victories, and I would have a lot of the players actually come up to me and tell me that Dylan was full of natural talent, and if I allowed him to play, he would make it big in the gaming.
Did that take a lot of convincing for you to realize that he had the potential to play professionally?
When he kept bringing in the money prizes and the controller prizes, that really convinced me. That was a lot of incentives to tell me that, yes, he had the talent to play this game.
Well, thank you so much for coming back and talking with me. We're going to get back into the game soon. Hopefully, we can pick it back up. Will, what do you got?
It's great to hear. I mean, it's great to hear the honesty from both parents that we've gotten to speak to, because they're like, well, yeah, we were hesitant, but once you see them start winning, well, you can't argue against that.
Yeah, you bring in that paycheck, they can't really say anything to that.
It's like, go do whatever you're doing.
I mean, that's proof that it's working, right? That's proof that you're doing your job. So
yeah, it was a very similar situation for me. I went through the same thing, same struggle, and then I brought home that COD XP in 2011. They're just like, oh, can't really say nothing.
Play as many games as you want.
Yeah, I'm moving out. I'm gonna go make this happen. It was definitely. I mean, Dylan went through the same thing. He won like that $100,000 from COD championships while he was still in high school.
Yeah,
his high school had a pep rally for him, I think, after
they
won.
That's
cool.
nuts.
He's got it on his YouTube
really
channel.
cool.
You guys should go check it out. But talking back on this match, if you guys asked me 30 minutes ago if this would have been the result, I would not ever imagine that it would be this big of a blowout that it's been so far.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned the highs of him winning COD champs last year. This match definitely looking like one of those low moments. Faze not good right now. Rise really impressing in this matchup.
It's like nothing's really connecting for them. I think that's the issue. It just seems like Rise Nation is doing everything right and nothing is going Faze's way. I mean, we said it a few times this weekend. We've seen 4-map comebacks. We've seen teams come back from that 3-0 deficit, but the way that Rise Nation is playing right now, if you had to ask me or make a bet to see if Faze could make this comeback, I just don't know if it's in the cards.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I mean, it's not that Rise is pulling off the craziest of plays and just having game full of highlight reels to beat Faze. It just seems like, it's almost kind of easy for them when you look at them play in the game. It seems so smooth on the side of Rise Nation.
Usually, the team that has, I don't want to say more to play for, but obviously, Rise comes in extremely motivated by the fact that a lot of the fans, doubt them still after some strong performances. They have a lot to play for today. I mean, Faze, this team with these 4 players has all the accolades. They've won big events before. Rise a lot to play for this weekend. They're looking good.
Yeah, exactly what Will said. We've got Fringe we have Fringe CTF coming up next, but like he was saying, it seems like there's no fluidity with FaZe Clan right now. If I can't really put my finger on it, what's going wrong for them? I've seen a lack of kills, but I don't like to attribute that to one's demise. But I just when I watch them play, it just doesn't feel like there's fluidity, and normally when a team's doing good things and making successful strategies, that's really what we see.
If there's one guy who can rally a team, though, to make a comeback, been in this situation before, it's Clay. I mean, just last year against Epsilon, they were down 3-0 in the same situation, a best-of-7, and these 4 guys made a comeback.
Yeah, if you were going to want somebody on your team that would help you throughout this situation that you're actually in, it would definitely be Clay. He's the type of guy that can rally the troops and come up with those big plays to really motivate everybody else to, let's get back in this and let's make it happen.
Yeah, and the crowd's kind of been behind them, too. Every time they got so close to scoring another point or something like that in these games so far, you can hear the support for Faze. But Rise, too, they've had a lot of support. It's just that, again, it's been a little bit easier for them so far, so the crowd's kind of just taking it all and being like, all right, well, Rise is winning, that's good if you're a fan of Rise.
when everybody in the room's against you, sometimes that motivates you as well.
That's
I mean,
also
you
true.
wouldn't know the feeling of that, but I mean,
I don't think Rise is having any issues with anything right now. It seems like this is their game. This is their tournament. They're here to make a statement, and they're doing that right now. They're one map away from going to the finals.
Exactly. I
one
mean,
map away.
sweeping Phase.
Sweeping, yeah, 4-0, not like a 4-3 or 4-2, not going to the last, down to the wire. They're making it look, they're letting everyone at home feel like they can do it too, right? That's how easy they're making it look like, which, by the way, isn't true. Like, not anyone can do that.
Yeah, they are really doing this with ease. It's actually pretty wild. You see Overdrive getting banned, active camo, flashbang, concussions, really nothing new. I've seen that camo in these last 2 maps be banned, which isn't really something you're accustomed to seeing, but it just seems like they're trying to eliminate that and get rid of the stress and not have to deal with it.
Yeah, because you let that go to 1 point, and for instance on CTF, you let that go to 1 capture, and suddenly the lanes opened up.
I hate that we never see protects. All we see are bans. It's the only thing that we see. There's no, like, it's just nothing. It just makes me frustrated.
Well, yeah, now and then when you see it, it makes me very happy, but it is rare.
Banned.
It is rare. They try to play it safer, especially when you're playing for so much on the line. I think that's what comes into play when Rise comes in knowing that they want to prove something and they don't need to, play to like necessarily their own strengths, but rather to Faze's weaknesses.
We talked about smokes the other day. You still will make that? You still will make that claim on this one?
Smokes in any respawn. It's just not going to happen.
I
made the bet with courage.
We definitely have had smokes on respawn so far, just not as common.
I think this map you can use the smoke really well.
Well, I mean, let's find out. I mean,
no,
do you have? we just heard Revan shouting that there was a smoke in the last
map.
There are no
smokes happening in respawn. This is professional Call of Duty. Get your head in the game, Mr. X.
CTF Fringe, you can definitely use smokes to your advantage if you wanted to. You can attack over on the barn side. So I think this is where you can get a lot of nice caps from because there's so much cover once you get the flag. You can go right into barn and down tracks, and it's really dangerous for the defensive side of things because you can get a guy over here on this truck, you get another one maybe back here, watching the overextension because at this point you're going to be spawning right here in that position and you can go down that back alley. But I mean, by the time you get down it, look how far this player probably is down tracks. At this moment in time, you either got to go out towards the mid straight, which is always dangerous going out towards the middle of the map. You can have players in barn, players in grandma, over by Z. A lot of spots you can get shot from, and then obviously to go through tin and try and come out the backside, you expect a player to be back there to watching that. Another dangerous alley to funnel from. When you're attacking barnside, you got to make it count. You got to get 2-3 flags on the board if you're going to win Fringe CTF.
All right, well, I mean, that seems like a bit of a tall order for FaZe right now, just given how they've been playing so far in the best of 7.
This is going to be I'm very intrigued to see if FaZe can make this happen. It's been a difficult run for them so far, difficult go of it today, but if you got to turn around, you got to do it now. What is that one line? There's no going back now.
No, I mean, there is no going back. There is literally no going back.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but this is the semifinals. You got to make it count, like you said, Nate, like you said, Mr. X.
So this is a huge map from the standpoint that if FaZe is able to win this, you go to an S&D. We talk about that's one of Rise's weaker game modes. You go back into a hard point. You got off to an awful start in the first one. If they don't get off to that bad start, FaZe might be able to come back and win that one. FaZe could potentially do this. So I think it's likely
we've seen it happen. I know you mentioned a couple of things. We've seen it happen, but it is rare, right? It's not an easy thing to do, and the game is loaded in, so it's time for FaZe to be able to prove it, right? You show it, then we'll all believe it, but if not, it looks like it might be a 4-0 sweep for Rise Nation. Let's find out in map number 4 with Maven and Revan.
All right, let's get into Fringe CTF. Now, this is a map that I love to watch Zuma on. Really good at pushing through 10, kind of that overextend route, being sneaky, getting flag after flag after flag out. Is this where FaZe comes alive?
I don't know, man. Rise are looking really, really good. They like to play a slow, kind of control-oriented style of CTF, so maybe Zuma, if he's able to find an avenue to make a route work, sure, they can find some success, but what really struck me in that special strat is there's no scythe on the side of FaZe.
They went, with Tempest Annihilator, was it?
Yeah, Tempest Annihilator for their weapons, Heatwave Kinetic Armor also to follow up, and I want to start this one off with Enable from FaZe. I think the experience he brings to the squad is something that they're going to have to rely upon for the rest of the series.
All right, well, he's going to be EMPing out, backtracks, pushing forward immediately. He almost gets caught with nade in hand, but able to pick that one up. Applying early pressure now, a gunfight going down, looks like on the other side of the map with Looney and attaches. He's just going to back him up, make sure you're not sneaking through, no funny business on the 10 side.
As Clayster falls, it's going to be Faze just trying to play their angles and try to find picks where they can so that they can continue to press up the map. You still have Attach watching that flank. Clayster trying to respond. He picks up 2 as he takes down Slack as well as Octane. Looney no longer threatening on the flank, and that's going to allow room for Attach to start pushing forward.
Well, a couple got in behind as well. That's going to be flag out. Looney's got it in hand, and that is a huge gunfight win. Not an easy one
falls.
with the cover.
Zuma's last one alive.
This
he
might
can't
be a
get the kill. It's off for dead.
Absolutely a score. Looney's got a free run home here. It's going to be a 1-0 advantage for Rise, and that's the last thing you want. That's not the start you can have for FaZe Clan.
1 minute played in already. A flag capped by Looney from Rise. Moving over to the other side of the map. Now, of course, we need to keep Looney highlighted because he gets that flag cap. He also gets a kill with the flag in his hands. Now you got to worry about some score streaks starting to enter the game. So the first order for business from FaZe has to be once they regain control of their base, they need to kill Looney. They need to stop him from getting these streaks.
Think about Looney. He was incredible in the hardpoint. He started off 7-0 in the S&D.
Yeah.
I know he was -6 or something.
Hey, look at this. He's using smoke grenades.
Oh,
Who would have thought this would come into play?
But he might have been the MVP there of the uplink as well with the plays he was making, the aggressive positions he was in, the interceptions, the one-point tosses, going huge, and now the score here. Looney has been the best player in the series for me thus far.
Oh, yeah, even though he goes, what was it, like 15 and 21 in the uplink, that was a very good 15 and 21.
Without question.
Yeah, I saw JCap tweeting about it as well. I mean, let's look at what went into that. He's using a sub on Infection. He got 2 picks as well. Like, he had a big impact on the game here. But now it's going to be FaZe. They're going to pick up a couple of kills around the map. It's going to be Zuma, the furthest one pushed up. He has the M8 in his hands, but they need to start picking up the pace. I mean, Looney, he's already got his heat wave available.
He's got that heat wave. We'll see how he plays this. A player on white truck going to peek, use the heat wave, pop it. Now he's going to be able to get into aggressive position if he gets inside the grandmas, but no. Cut down as soon as he gets to the roof. Not going to get further up the map. There's 2 players left for FaZe right now, both pushing down trackside. I don't know, right now it's both teams kind of test each other out.
FaZe just like that.
This could be the break they need to put another one on. You saw them spawning outside of 10. Zuma
classic.
Zuma just got obliterated.
He literally just got deleted off the map.
And that's going to be a score. I mean, I know they're going to push through. There might be a playmate, but look where Slack is. He's going to be ready to be annoying.
He might use Kinetic here.
He's in the corner.
Pops Kinetic.
2. Can't get them both. They're flying forward, but that is a second cap for Rise Nation. FaZe has no answer. And that's the one thing you can't do.
Go down again from FaZe.
That's the one thing you can't do in CTF, right? That 3 or 4 down scenario. That's where everything opens
brutal
up.
When you add into the fact that 7.5 second respawn, and what Rise have been doing so well on this map is they're just running right up the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Clay's been really the only presence from FaZe there. He's consistently being isolated over near that white pickup truck in the middle of the map, and Rise have been able to run forward, and then you just saw Classic destroy Zuma as he was able to get that flag out, got the capture shortly after as Rise. Now they have that one mistake to make.
Oh my God, this is just not looking good. But this is what I was talking about with Zuma. He likes to go back alley, he likes to wrap behind, and he can be a nuisance. That's 3 down for the side of Rise Nation. You gotta pull. You see them spawning there at yard. Can he get away with this
back,
one?
do not overextend.
That's a score. You got one on the board. FaZe has come alive. You needed to get this one going, and that's a lot to do with Enable. He's on a 4 streak. He picked up some big kills mid-map, allowed that pressure to come forward, and now finally we hear a little bit of crowd hype for FaZe.
But Rise respond. They take down 3. Attach now coming off the respawn. It's going to be Zuma trying to pick up kills near the middle of the map, but he gets caught a little bit out of position there. And it's going to be Looney now surging forward. He's got his teammate Octane right beside him. Looney can't pick up the kill onto Globe. It's going to be Octane pops out to the VMP. He gets shut down while Slack putting pressure onto the flag. He could just wait here, be a sneaky beaver, and go for the pull when the moment is right.
Yeah, if they don't realize he's here, just wait for a couple down and he's going to be out. I wouldn't even have tried to pick up kills. I would have relied on my teammates, but now you see Clayster and Zuma coming in. He's going to end up dropping. Clay's been the difference maker with the Tempest, but you've got Octane go big on the other side, and snap again. He's able to line it up. He should run out of juice here, but he opened up a lane for his team trackside. Can they get a score in the final 30 seconds? He's going to be out of it. He's going to pop out the M8, finds one there at back bridge, finds another rotating back bar, not able to pick it up. 20 seconds to go. The FaZe push is on.
Use Kinetic?
He's got to pop it if he's going to use it. I would have tried to get it off right there. You have an Annihilator in hand, but you're the only man left to grab the flag, and he will drop. That will shut down a push. Good defensive hold here from Rise Nation.
And I like the decision not to use Kinetic Armor. Only 20 seconds remaining. It's not a guarantee that you will get that flag out, even if you have Kinetic Armor. So going into the half, Rise, they will have that 2-1 advantage. But the one mistake they made on that side was resulted in a Faze capture, and that's just losing all map position over near their side of the map.
Now, I see this as a little bit 50-50, but is there a side you prefer to push from? You think it's maybe a little bit easier to get flags out?
I like pulling the flag into barn.
Okay.
As Mr. Darks was saying when he was breaking it down, you just have so much cover to work with, and it's pretty straightforward. When the other team has to make that decision, do we overextend through auto? Do we go through middle map, through bricks? Those are such narrow areas and really easy to lock down, especially when you have like a positional AR player.
You're telling me FaZe is down 1, though, starting on the stronger side then. So looking good for Rise Nation here to close things out, maybe with a 4-0, but off the break, 2 kills coming in for Rise. That'll allow them to layer the map. Just look at the mini-map at the top. You've got them just crushing across mid, looking to bring the pressure to FaZe.
Smokes go out on the flag. It's going to be Looney jumping top barn. He takes down Enable, and keep in mind, he still has his Heat Wave available to use. How many times have you seen Heat Wave used in this exact scenario? As he pops it, he takes down Attach. One more player to get past. It's going to be Zuma, and just like that, he's able to get the flag out. You see FaZe trying to push to the middle of the map. But Classic is there with the Tempest. He shuts down that push. This is going to be another flag cap, potentially on the overextension. It's going to be Attach. He pops his kinetic armor, throwing everything into this stop, and he does 5-1. Can he stop this flag cap as well? No, he cannot. Looney gets the flag cap. Rise, they go back up by 2 flags.
And that is now what caps within the opening 60 seconds of both sides for Rise, and that's your lead
and now
right
everybody
there.
off respawn for FaZe.
Oh, now they have to fight back, try to get a little bit of control. What can you do right now if you're FaZe? You're down to, what are they, is that it? Is it purely just win these gunfights, get control of mid-map, and start to put pressure forward? That's a big 2-piece from Clacer. Unfortunately, he's going to get dropped, at least in the process, getting that Annihilator shut down.
I think that's the first step they need to do is start winning some of their gunfights. Looney's going to get away with this flag once again. He already has a lightning strike ready to use. He's being chased by the HCXD. He's trying to get away from this one. He's actually outrunning the HCXD right now.
They can't catch him. Who's operating that thing? Hit the turbo.
He's going faster than it.
It's been chasing him
and
the
he's
entire
juking
time.
it out.
That's unbelievable. He kills it. What play is that from Looney? That is some of the sickest stuff I've ever seen, and there is a 4th cap for Rise.
He has 3 flags all by himself, 15 and 8 on a 5-3. This has been some of the best Call of Duty I've seen Looney play. He's going to waste no time calling in the Hellstorm missile, finds one near top Grandma's, makes quick work of Zuma, and he's going to call the Lightning Strike. Why? Because he's about to double up on the score streak. The Lightning Strike comes in. It picks up 2. Everything going wrong for FaZe as Rise Nation are running away with this game.
8 streak. He had a 7 streak in S&D. He had an MVP performance as well. He is just going off in this one. Like you said, Heat Wave to pop if needed. Tagged up, but still alive. They have to burn the Heat Wave to take him down. All the pressure has been from Rise. FaZe has not been able to do anything really on the offensive side of things until this pull. This is Clacer's chance. This will be a cap. You have 2.5 minutes here to bring it back and get 2 scores on the board. But it's tough for me to have faith in FaZe right now. They've been getting pounded all series long.
Yeah, I had to switch over to Zuma. These are now where the important interactions are about to go down as Attach does wind up falling on the back end of a Heat Wave. All 4 go down for FaZe once again. Listen, they still have a lot of time to work with.
Yes, they do.
Rise Nation made another mistake that allowed for another flag cap for FaZe to come in. So still a 2-flag lead for Rise. Pretty comfortable position to be in. You have Clacer now with his Tempest available.
That's it. I mean,
he's got to bring it out soon.
No one else is really working towards Specialist. They have
just look at the slang on the side of FaZe. 20-15 from Clay, 7-15 from Attach, 12-18 from Zuma. Enable almost even at 13-14.
And when you look at it, I mean, Looney, kind of that aggressive sub for Rise. On the other side, Attach's role. The disparity in slang for them right now, 8-15 versus 18-10. I mean, that is a big factor in this. Can Attach get going? A 2-piece would be nice here, but usually that is one he wins. But who is it? It's Looney shutting him down.
Looney is having such a massive series. You can't say enough about him. Definitely an MVP performance from him right here. And this year's against FaZe, and he comes right around behind a couple of players. It's going to be Classic now, last one alive for Rise, and all 4 go down for Rise.
But it's going to be
Attached on the flank, and because he flanks around, they're going to get some favorable spawns here to rotate back.
But he can at least.
And he missed the flag.
He's got to pick up the flag. Oh, he misses it, and you needed that one with 60 seconds left. He just is off by a foot, but they're still pushing forward. They have to get one now, but that's 2 players dropping. All of a sudden, Clacer by himself, and he is down. I don't think you have time to do it now.
Going into this series, if he would have told me Rise Nation would have 4-0'd FaZe in as convincing fashion as they did,
I would have told
you crazy.
Yeah, you were up all night partying, clearly not paying attention to the regular season, but they have come out with a vengeance here. Rise Nation has a chip on their shoulder. People doubt them as being the top team in the game. They are showing it right now that this is nuts, man. A 4-0?
Yeah. the games, some of them haven't really even been close. I mean, remember the start of that hard point? They go up by 100 points going into the third one. I mean, a phenomenal performance from everybody here on Rise Nation, specifically Looney as well. It's going to be a stalemate situation here to close things out. Here's the kill on the back of a heat wave. The return comes in.
And what do you know?
That is going to do it. Looney makes another big play as he's going to finish 25-13 with 3 flag caps to his name. This one is all over. Congratulations to Rise Nation. We'll be seeing you in the grand finals.
And you'll see the guys here shaking hands, and there are the owners again for Rise. Fist bumps, smiles all around. They're fired up watching their squad here as they just, I mean, what more can you say? Rise just looks unstoppable at this point. After you saw that performance, I mean, I don't know if I'm worried about Elevate or Optic, depending on who comes through.
Rise have been looking so strong. One of their weaknesses we thought going into this weekend would be their search and destroy gameplay. Clearly, they've ironed it out, and right now, it seems like they have no weakness.
I couldn't agree with you more. We've talked about Looney, how big he was in this series. He is standing by with Ashley.
Yeah. Yes, we talked a little before, and you were very confident going in. How do you think that helped with gameplay?
I think it's just we just wanted this win and prove that we can be like a top contender, like I said. And after game 1, we started off so strong. We knew we had that momentum going in. It got a little scary, but after that win, especially the S&D win, we knew we can close out an uplink in CTF.
Well, you guys talk about how you really want to prove you're the best. Who are you hoping to go up against?
I said this yesterday, and I still stand by it. I think we want to play Optic Gaming. We already took out Faze. We took out Luminosity, which was the final contender. So I think if we beat Faze and Optic in this tournament, we should be crowned the best team in the game.
All right. Well, congratulations, and we will talk to you soon. But right now, let's go back with Will. I'm sure they have more to say.
Yes. Well, Looney says it yesterday. He stands by it today. He says, hey, listen, like, we think we're the best team, but if we beat Faze and Optic, like, who's going to argue against that? The stats won't lie.
If you would have told me, I said it before this map, you would have told me that FaZe Clan was going to go down 4 maps in a row to Rise Nation today, I wouldn't have believed you, and that's what just transpired in front of us just now. It's unbelievable how well Rise just played.
And it was such a smooth 4-0. I mean, for instance, like FaZe yesterday won 4-0, but they had to climb back a little bit in that search and destroy, you know, against Complexity. But today, no issues for Rise Nation.
They are not scared of anybody. I mean, this Rise team, I mean, they have they want to play Optic. They're more than willing to take on that challenge, and you can see why. They are so confident in their gameplay. They look very good. Yeah.
It actually kind of reminds me of Complexity in like 2013, Black Ops 2. They just wanted to play anybody. They weren't scared of anything. And as a player, I'd be terrified to play against Rise Nation right now. Optic better come out hot versus Elevate, okay? Because Rise Nation, like we said a million times, they've won 2 tournaments. The major 2 tournaments this year, they've won, okay?
Yeah, you can't
and they
forget
just
that.
4-0'd one of the best teams in the game. They didn't give them any breathing room. 4
Exactly.
maps
That's
in a row.
the thing. It's not that it was like a close map every time and Rise barely inched out. No, the score actually just tells the story. It was a 4-0, just as it was.
You had Octane going off this entire series, and then this map, Looney's like 20-10 with 3 flag caps, 2 defense. Any player at any time on Rise can just make it happen.
It's a FaZe team that was pretty much in the finals all the second half of last year. They're a top 4 team in the CWL. It wasn't like that was a game against like a 9 seed or a 10 seed or something along those lines. That's like a top team that they just made that look so easy.
It hurts to see it hurts to see FaZe go home like the way they just did, because I know how talented of a team they actually are. I don't think they're going to have any issues going into stage 2, but the way that Rise just beat them, it just sucks to see, because I know Clayster wasn't feeling well. He still played pretty well too.
Yeah.
Attach, Zoom, and Enable, they like I said, they didn't have any fluidity, couldn't get anything to work.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was like a big issue or one glaring hole. It was just that Rise just had their number, and FaZe just couldn't fight back. But of course, that's good news for Rise. Congratulations to them. And of course, their owners, one of the co-owners playing for the LA Rams, Roger Saffold, he's been here the whole week and supporting the team, and that's been pretty cool to see.
What's up with these tickets? LA Rams? Can
we both live in LA? What's
can
up?
we go to a game or something? We'll rig it so Rise wins 100%?
I didn't say that, so I'm not standing by that statement.
I probably shouldn't be saying that on stage. I am.
You're
I
a
apologize.
guest stage. Yeah, we don't know you.
Yeah, I'm not employed by them. I can say whatever the hell I want.
But Rise does win really smoothly, and that confidence continues. They continue to say, we want to play against Optic, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. You're right. I mean, the way Looney says it, right, he says, well, I said it yesterday, like, I don't, you know, he almost made it look like, why are you asking that again? Obviously, I want to play Optic. Like, of course.
And they just have some cool customers on Rise, man. You see Classic, he was just walking by before. He's got the beanie on, the sweatshirt. It doesn't even look like he played a match. I mean, he just walks by with like this stone face, like, oh, I'm just gonna go play again.
They're intimidating. Like, I feel like they're going to like a boxing match, not even an esports event. You know, Looney just no emotion. Like, you're going to the grand final. My man was doing an interview, didn't even smile. He's just like, give me Optic.
Yeah, just another day for him. Just another day doing business on stage for Call of Duty. But right now, we do have a chance to hear from Faze because, again, it was a rough loss for them. Ashley, what have they got to say?
Yeah, that's exactly what we were just talking about. It is a tough loss, and obviously we got to wonder if you being sick, do you think that had any contributing factor to the loss?
Definitely not. I think, you know, me being sick didn't have anything to do with us losing.
What do you think were some of the factors that contributed to that?
You know, just Rise being the better team. They came out hot. We started off way too slow in every game type except for uplink. They had a lot of good interceptions in uplink, which made our pace slow down a lot. We started off, you know, down 120 to like 3 in the hard point. You know, started off real slow in the surge, let them get streaks and stuff. So we just got to work on not starting off so slow. I don't know if it was a case of us just being cold or a case of them just being really good, but, you know, that's the way it is.
Well, you have more events coming up. How do you guys regroup? What do you say to the team to get them refocused and back in?
Our team is one of those teams where we don't let losses like this get to us. I mean, obviously it's going to hurt for a while, and we'll all talk about this play and that play in the hotel tonight, I'm sure. But when it comes down to it, we all know that we can bounce back. A top 4 finish here at Season 1 playoffs isn't too bad. It's not what we were looking for, but, you know, we'll bounce back stronger than ever at the next event.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming back and talking with me. Please go lay down, get some rest. We're going to take a break. More when we come back.
This next hard point, and you've got Damage pushing out. He's going to be proactive about taking these players out of glass. He's got his score streaks ready as well. Picks up another kill. Damage earning his name. That's what he's putting on the guys from Immunity. Now watching, he's forced to spawn behind him. There is going to be that player taken down right there.
He's on a 6th streak right here. You got Fate's Psychosis also activated. Contests the middle. Gets one, gets a second one there as well. Oh my god.
Just trying to think whether he can make the run. I mean, 9 seconds. As long as he gets the drone out, making the pass.